If I hadn't seen it firsthand, I don't think I would believe it. What are you? No, I'm not trying to be offensive. I'm genuinely curious. Most of the people who I've grown up around have to spend years training how to use any type of weapon, and even longer trying to use any kind of magic. And here you come, stumbling into the city and talking about dragons and, yeah, all kinds of crazy things. But you can pick up any weapon and you instantly know how to use it, at least to a basic degree. And, well, I don't really understand how it is that swords make direct contact with you, but they don't cut anything. What are you? What are you made of? Yeah, I know you have armor on, okay? But we've been traveling for a while and I've never even seen you bleed. Hell, I haven't seen you sweat. It's almost like you're not even human. So, what are you? That's such a non-answer, but alright. Yes, you are an adventurer. Okay. I am too, but I'm not nearly as invulnerable as you seem to be. Well, here's my concern. This is not natural, right? It's not natural that sharpened steel can't pierce your skin. So you must have the protection of some deity, whether it's Aedra or Daedra, I do not know. But something is watching out for you. Which means it would be best to be on your good side. You say that, and I do believe that you mean it. But here's the thing. I have watched you tear down entire camps by yourself, shrugging off every single hit that comes your way. Yeah, even the court wizards are not that skilled with magic. So either way, you have something looking out for you. I'm not sure. I've never heard of plot armor. Is it strong? It must be. It must be. Can I learn this? Is this a skill you can teach? Because it would be quite fun to be able to single-handedly tear down all of these bandit camps that keep springing up out here. Right, you're not from around here. They're taking advantage of the Civil War. That's basically it in a nutshell. This land is in chaos right now. It's not good. And you show up with your invulnerability, or, I mean, as far as I can tell, maybe you're not, but I've not seen anything harm you yet. Yeah, taking a few hits from a sword that doesn't cut anything doesn't look like harm. Oh, anyone else would have lost their arm. But not you. You're still fully intact. You're not even human. You can't be. Even if gods were looking out for you, humans still have, well, you know what I mean. Basic traits. Right? I mean, hell, you wander through all of these caves and you don't even get any dust on you. Yeah, it's not normal. I'm not saying it's bad, but it's definitely not normal. Fine, go ahead and keep your secrets, and the rest of us mortals will just, I don't know, either worship you or fear you. I would prefer not to fear someone, especially someone who I'm trying to help understand this land. Look, you may be an invincible juggernaut as far as I can tell, but you're not a bad person. You genuinely care about the people who live here. I mean, yes, you get paid to take out these bandits and giants, which I wouldn't ever go near, and you can handle somehow. But I see you in those moments when the mission's done, the bounty's been paid, and you're trying to figure out what to do next, and you're not looking at what's the most valuable thing you can go after. You're looking at who needs the most help. So regardless of where this source of your power comes from, you're using it for good, and I see no reason to fear that. Maybe someday. Maybe. But for the time being, I think it's best if we get out of here. Benefits of being a native here. This wasn't some random group of people who just decided to get together and start raiding caravans. No, that symbol over there, this is a much bigger organization that, we have stumbled into. And you may be invincible, but I am not. Yeah, because I am mortal. I get hit and I bleed. You see this cut on my arm? Yeah. Yeah, the kind of thing that doesn't happen to you. I have to take care of this, or it will get infected, and I could lose my arm. Something which isn't a factor for you. Of course I'm jealous. If I had those kind of abilities, I could be clearing out entire cave systems by myself. I have friends and family who live here, and I risk my life trying to keep these lands safe for them. I may not be as, inherently talented as you are, but I am more talented than most of my kin, so I take it upon myself to keep these lands safe. If I had abilities like you, it would be much easier to do that. So yes, I am a little bit jealous. But, at the same time, you're not from here. And you have taken up that same mantle in a way. You have. I thought you were a fool taking that first bounty to go clear out the giants who had been attacking the farmers. I was very wrong. And I'm happy that I was wrong. Don't misunderstand. It is a very good thing what you're doing here. And I see it firsthand. The people of the city may appreciate all the work you do. I don't just appreciate the work. I appreciate the person doing the work. They don't see you at night. They don't hear the conversations you and I have. They don't know what's really in your heart. Well, I would think I do. We've been traveling together for a little bit of time, and there's an old saying, the best way to learn someone is to put your life in their hands. You have literally saved my life. I don't even know how many times. Granted, you also put my life in danger going after giants. And giant spiders. And Draugr. But you're always there to put yourself in harm's way to protect another. Even that asshole who ran off taunting you when you were trying to, what was it again? Collect that golden claw? You didn't fail. You did not fail. You attempted something that didn't turn out the way you had hoped. It just means the gods had a different plan in store for him. And if you ask me, he deserved it. stealing something like that from those poor villagers. But it just goes to prove my point. You are a source of good in a world of chaos. And, well, at the end of the day, I can't be too critical of them because a lot of these people turn this way out of desperation. Some will gladly boast about being able to attack and kill other people. But a lot of them are just trying to get by. This land has been devastated. The Great War took so many of our best warriors from us. And a lot who came back to a land they didn't recognize and just decided to do things on their own terms. It's a difficult position to be in, for sure. Even if there are no dragons. Look, I'm not saying I don't believe you. I'm just saying I haven't seen any. No one has seen any in a very long time. Even if there aren't any, you are still doing more for my people than most of my people. And you have my respect for that. You may appear to be invincible, but you're still putting yourself in danger. You don't mind if I just take some of this gear for myself, do you? Well, you're not exactly wearing armor. Are you alright? You look a little off. You look a little pale. You didn't catch a disease while we were fighting in here, did you? Do you actually have some sort of mortal weakness? Well, I'm sorry. I don't mean to sound excited. It's just, I'm curious. As far as I can tell, you are virtually indestructible. You caught something fighting these skeevers today, didn't you? That's interesting. How does that even work when they can't pierce your skin? That's alright. Don't worry about that. You lay down, and I know just the remedy for this. Because I've had to learn. Not every adventurer can afford to bring all of the best medicine available on every mission. You learn to make do, and maybe you haven't noticed, but as we've been traveling, I have been gathering herbs. Because I'm not just a warrior. I understand the value in at least a basic understanding of wilderness survival. You kind of have to up here. These lands are very harsh and unforgiving. So I keep a collection of herbs on me at all times. And no. It's very simple here. Take this empty bottle and pour a little bit of water in it from the water skin. Mix it with these two, let's see, actually, you know what, maybe 3, just to make sure it's strong enough. Yeah, these 3 flowers. And put them together, and in about an hour, if we warm this by the fire, we'll be good to go. Well, it's not instant, it's not magic, necessarily, but it will work, and seeing as we have finished our mission for the day, and the night's closing in, I figure we'll be setting up camp, making something to eat, and we can easily just chat and warm up the potion. No, that's a common mistake. Heat is energy, and you need energy to release the healing properties. Otherwise, you're just drinking tea, which is good, but it's not medicine. So, why don't you take some time off? No, you do so much. You run in without even a second thought for your own safety. Let someone else worry about your safety then. Alright, okay, I confess. I think I'm starting to like you, and I definitely like being around you, and I want to help. So, let me help. Please? Thank you. Let me see the spot where you got bit. Well, I guess you're going to have to take them off then. Come on, is this really the time to be shy? As if you haven't seen me bathing in the river. Come on. It's my turn. Take off your pants. Because I need to see the wound. If there even is one, which... Gods, it doesn't look like there is. This plot armor is really something. Is it a spell? It must be. You've been using so much magic. No? What is it then? I'm not familiar with a PC. That's no matter. You seem to be all right. Minus, the disease. So, if you will just sit tight, I will get our tent set up, and I will get the fire going, and I will make something to eat. You don't have to worry about any of that. Let me take care of it. I want to. You have done so much to help my people. Let me help you back. It's not a lot, but it's something. I want to help. Plus, if, you ever need someone to check for any wounds again, I'm more than happy to help. Of course I do. It looks like it's gonna be a cold night tonight. Right, you're not from around here. Well, without going into too much detail, let's just say that I've picked up on a lot of signs that it's going to get very cold. And I won't be surprised if we get snowed on. Well, I'm thinking instead of setting up 2 separate tents, we might want to do just one so that our body heat can compound and keep us both warm. You may not take damage from swords or axes or arrows somehow, but I've seen you shivering. I can keep you warm, and you can keep me warm. I thought you might like the idea. It is not just an excuse. It's just conveniently coincidental. You stop worrying about all these things and stay here, and I'll just go clear some spot to start a fire. Hello everyone, Star here, and thank you for listening to this video, audio, vadio kind of thing. This is the second part in the Totally It's Skyrim series. And I had to make the joke. I had to. It's plot armor. It's plot armor. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. If you've actually looked at the numbers for the player character in Skyrim, right? You start with 100 health, magic, and stamina. A level 1 NPC does not start with that much. Not even close. I think like they have 50 health and like 50 stamina and 25 magic cards. It's a lot less. Lucky you, you have plot armor. You're the Dragonborn, right? Now we're not at you are Dragonborn yet because we haven't seen more dragons. That is definitely something that will be coming if this series continues, and I think it will. It's Skyrim, and I get to roleplay like I'm in Skyrim. Are you kidding me? That's the best thing. Seriously, it's the best thing. So, plot armor. Because in the base game, without mods, you don't really take damage. Yeah, your health goes down, but you can get hit in the arm with a two-handed sword, and you can swing back with your own sword, no problem. That's not realistic. Not even a little. I know it's a game. It's a fantasy. It's not supposed to be hyper-realistic. However, it gives great material to be like, what the hell are you? Why are you invincible? You're like this godlike being, really, around all of these normal people. And that's before we even get into shouting and whatever else, you know? It's just, it's funny. It's funny. I love making jokes about plot armor. They're usually great. I hope these ones were great. I hope so. I think so. Fingers crossed. So I do have some ideas for future episodes. You know, I mentioned dragons, of course. We've already done giants, but, I mean, hell, maybe there'll be a giant rebellion. Who knows? I kind of like that idea now. Ooh, I'm gonna write that down. But anyway, thank you for listening to this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Mwah.